click on the revise budget. Okay. So as soon as I click on this button, revise budget, the pop-up will open up, and here you have to encode the reason of the revision. Okay. I just change in rates. I just put the reason something as change in rates. I'll click on done. Okay. So as soon as I revise this budget, so the block budgeting will open up. Okay. Now you can encode the revised budget. Okay. So initially it is 17 lakhs. I'll change this one. I'll add 50,000 in this one. Okay. And in the previous also, I'll add the 15,000 in any of the work. Okay. So I'll change here from 50 to 75. And in the infra work also, I'll change from 1,50,000 to 1,75,000. So that 50,000 increase will be proportional into this two work groups, MEP and infra work both. Okay. So after revising this budget, we need to, so as soon as you click on the revised budget, the budget history will be recorded into the system for the as a version 0. Okay. And whatever details of that version will be recorded into the history. So after changing the amounts from 17 lakhs to 17,50,000, I'll again send this for the approval. Okay. So approver will check the changes into the amounts, and he will approve this by clicking on the approve action. Okay. So this will be the revised version 1. The version number start with the 0 and it keep on increasing as soon as you revise the budget. So this is the revision number 1, and if I further revise this budget, the count will keep on increasing to the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So this will be the simple step. I need to select the block. I'll click on the revise budget. I'll encode the reason, and then the form will be editable for the revision in the amounts. You need to change the ceiling amount of the block. If you want to change in the budget details also, you'll change in the work groups amount. For MEP works, it was initially 1,50,000. I changed it to the 1,75,000. For infra works, it was 1,50,000. I changed it to the 1,75,000. Okay. And after that, I will send this for the approval, and then it gets approved. Okay. So this is how the ceiling budget will get revised and the amounts will be changing. Okay. Similar way, we'll go to the detail budget. In the detail budget, I'll search for the project, which is Cities of Joy. I'll double click and open the record. So in this, I'll see the 3 records for which we already defined the budgets. Okay. This is the approved one. So I can revise this budget. You can see the revise budget option over here. I'll click on revise budget. I'll give the reason for revision. And I'll click on done. Okay. So as soon as revision, we click on the revise button, this budget amount will be editable for us. Okay. And whatever reason we added will get recorded as a notes into the system. So anytime we can go and see what was the revision and what was the change we have done. Okay. So I'll change this budget amount from 16 to 16.5. I'll add the 50,000 to this block A again. Okay, 16 lakh to I changed to 16 lakh 50,000, and in the PVS also I'll change the amounts to the sum of the groups. I'll change into the granite, it is 3 lakhs. I'll change it to the 3 lakh 25,000, and I'll change this wall ceiling from 3 lakh 50 to 3 lakh 75. Okay, so this is the change in the numbers. Okay, after changing the amounts in the detail budget to the individual activities, we'll again send this version 1 for the approval. Okay, and as soon as we revise, the budget history gets recorded into the system, which will hold the revision 0 numbers, all the numbers, which was 16 lakhs and all the elements of that one. So coming back to the detail budget header, I'll send this for the approval. I sent for the approval, and as I logged in with the Vandana's role, I'll approve this one. So after approval, again the records get frozen. Okay, so we added the 50,000 to the detail budget in the budget amount. 60 lakh 50,000 we added. If we need to further revise this one, we'll click on the revise budget and keep on revising the detail budgets. Okay, so this is the revision part. Okay, so as let's suppose we revise 1, 2, 3 iterations. So if at all we want to compare the budgets, so we have the report as detail budget comparison. Here I'll just type in City of Joy. I'll select the block, for which block I need to compare the versions. So let's take, I compare version 0, version 1. Okay, and if I say view, it will give me the list of the PVS and their activities under that, if at all activities are there. And it will give me the block wise definition. Okay, version 0 was having 16 lakh, version 1 is 16.5. What is the difference? 0 minus 1. We can see this as a 1 and 0 also, whichever way the user want to see the data. So the difference will show up in the positive. So the 50,000 is the difference. So difference is 1 minus 0, it is 50,000. And you can see the numbers for which it is changed. So this is 3,25,000 is revised one, 25,000 increase in the granite flooring cladding works. In the internal wall ceiling and painting, it got changed from 3,50,000 to 3,75,000. 25,000 is the increase. Okay, same way, if at all it is there, it will keep on comparing and showing you the difference between version A and version B, or version 1 and version 0, or 2 and 0. So you can always compare with the base version and keep on increasing the version counts. So in the detailed version comparison, we can always keep the version 2 as a 0, and in version 1 we can keep on putting the numbers 1, 2, 3, whatever iteration we have done in that budget. So this report will help us in just seeing the difference, what PVS has been changed and what is the amount got increased in the project. Okay, so this is just the report which we created just for the comparison of the changes in the budget at PVS levels. Okay, the next report is, so we saw this detailed budget comparison report. We have the budget versus estimated and budget versus actual report. There could be some changes needed, make it more fine-tuned. So based on your inputs, it will get much finer. Okay, so this is again budget versus estimated report. I'll type in my project name, which is City of Joy. And I can see this on the screen itself, or I can export this to the Excel also. So this is showing very limited things, which is showing that what was the ceiling, what was the detail, and what is the estimated amounts for particular blocks. So this is ceiling budget, this is detail budget, and this is the estimated amount for the block A. So this is the one of the budget versus estimated, and we'll have the what else we need to see. So we'll have the order status report also. So I can encode the date range from that status. So here I'll choose the builder LLP, and I'll select the City of Joy. I'll check it in the report. We don't add this one. So this is work order versus estimation. Whatever the work order based on the PBS name and subcontractor activity. Estimated quantity 2000. The spending work at site we estimated, and this is the quantity for that one. How much is work order has been created? What is the rate? So similarly, we have few reports like this only. I'll put the rate from the first.
The rate is including tax or without tax?
No, just the excluding tax.
Okay.
So this will be work order request versus work orders. Wherever there is order, it will show the quantities and this one. These reports are just created based on the whatever sample data we encoded into the system. As and when you guys will review it, we'll make it more fine-tuned. And anything else we missed in this one? And the other reports are DLR and DPR. So for DLR, I didn't make entry in this one, but I made the entries into the Intellect project. So this is one of the report, DPR. I'll just put in the project Intellect, and I'll put the 15 April. $34. So I put some backdated entries into this project for Intellect, and it will show up the things like which blocks, what is the activity, what activity, how much scope of quantity, up to how much it is done, on how much it is done, on this date how much it is done, on this date how much it is done, cumulative figure, and percentage of completion, and balance quantity. Out of 10,000, 1.77, 354 has been cumulatively finished, 28.2. Balance is 9646. And similarly for the site leveling work, 100 was the quantity, 29.9 is done, balance is 17.10 as on date. So this is one more DPR report we created, and daily progress. So daily progress is there. Again, I used for the previous month only. So this report is still need to be fine-tuned, and it will just show how much based on the category, electric labor or anything else, who was the contractor, how much skill labor he is given, on which day shift or night shift, how much quantity were present, five quantity was present. So based on the previous, it is further will get divided. So this is DLR report, which may not be useful for you guys, but it will be there in the system. And some other reports are like balance detail. So this is showing the block wise finishing of the elements for the work order balance details. So the order numbers, what is the work, what is the line, how much it is included. Okay, so basically these are the reports.
No, can you say item wise report? Because for example, painting work, how many orders I am issued?
Product, basically material. Okay, item wise. Just a minute. I'll close this. These are the some item wise, but again, no, this is PO details report. This is the something else. The rates of the PO.
No, he is asking about activity category. If it is painting work, again is that the painting work, how many orders we issued, how much balance quantity, right, sir?
Yes, correct. Total activity say 100 square meter.
Yeah.
So
How much
100
we
square
issued?
meter, how many contractors have issued that order?
Syed, that is not activity filtration is not there. We can add that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So
amount also we require on the north. This is item wise. What is the budget amount? How much order issued amount wise?
Yes, sir. Again, is that how much budget is balanced?
Yeah. So total, what is the budget amount? What is the contract awarded, and what is the balance amount?
Balance amount.
Okay. So these are the reports we have. You can explore those reports and check the outputs and this one. This one is the project with budget report. No, this is not the. These are just showing the approved amounts for the project.
It's the PBS report. It is.
Yeah, this is PBS report.
Can you open the
Sorry. Hello, Harish, tell me.
Asking is that
I can't hear you.
what is amount? How much amount we have estimated?
I need to see
You
that
can
one.
see activity screen. It's screen itself.
Yeah.
Estimation budget.
In the estimation budget only, you can see the what is the budget amount and what is the available amount and used amount. This will give you the idea of what is available and what is used based on your activity. What is budgeted, what is available, what is used. You can take up the, we can take the dump directly from this one, export to spreadsheet, and full data will come into this one. We can further filter on the screen itself and get the relevant project details only. I can filter on the city of joy, and I'll filter on whatever section I need it only. So this will give you the budget amount, available amount, used amount. This will be the cumulative basically, all orders including.
Budget amount, available amount. What about the estimated amount?
So this will be this one amount only, no? Estimated only, no? Budget amount, because in the estimation you estimated all the amounts, so that will only come up here, no?
Okay. In this revision, we cannot say what is the budget amount and then what revision we made. Budget maybe R1, R2.
So those will be the comparison report you will have.
So this budget is revised one. This is a budget amount showing, correct?
Yes, this is revised amount it is showing basically.
Okay.
Okay, so we are capturing as much as details on the screen itself, so that the user should not be depend on the data for the reports or anything. He should see all the details in the screen itself, what is available and what is used. Okay.
This available amount from where it is coming?
So basically, budget amount is the available amount. As soon as it start using it out, it will keep on reducing that amount. So here you can see that the 10,700 got used. That's why the available amount keep on getting reduced.
Okay, it is coming this side.
Available amount is the balance amount.
That's Vandana's idea, to show all the used amounts and available amount there, so that at the time of estimation only you know that okay, so much is available and so much is used.
So activity level it is there.
Yes.
Or activity headwise it is there.
Headwise is also there. This is activity headwise also there. Activity wise also there.
In which level we given restriction?
It is both levels. So for the activity group is the total amount 3,75,000. Below activity will not go beyond that 3,75,000. So you can keep on adding the activities under that activity group and keep on shifting the amounts also. So it is at both the level basically.
So we have to if it is anything exceeded, it will give automatic pop-up.
Yes. Yeah. So whenever you're saving the record itself, it will say, no, this is not allowed because it is exceeding the budgets and this one. So it will stop there only. As soon as I try to enter the value higher than that one.
If any new activity want to add?
Yeah, you can add the activity any activity. Whenever you add the activity, it will again check the amounts, whether the activity So based on the amount only, it will allow you to save or not save.
Okay.
You can still save that activity by keeping the quantity as 0 or the amount as 0, but it will not further process.
Let me add some points. See, Prakash, there are a couple of checks. One is activity group can never cross 3.75 lakhs. Let's say if highlighted one, if I take 3.7.10, you can add as many activities as possible within that, as long as you are not crossing the 3.75 lakhs limit.
That's what I am asking. So it is activity group head, correct?
Yeah,
It's not activity check now.
activity group head, correct.
Okay.
Right. But coming to activity, see, every activity you see a rate, right? The
Correct.
2000 quantity rate, and that rate is actually a automatically calculated rate based on whatever materials and work you are adding to it. That is the effective rate. But in product, how we are controlling is there is a quantity you are estimating.
Yes.
So you can never cross the quantity that you have estimated. Let's say in this case we are planning to release 2000 square meter of site work, painting work to some contractor. System will never allow to release more than 2000 square meters. In case we have to release more, we have to come to this screen and revise the estimation in such a way that this 2000 goes up. Right? We have to increase the 2000, then only it will allow to raise work request for more than 2000 quantity. And
Yes.
second is, let's say in the lines, Syed, can you open up the lines? Product details.
Yeah.
See, in product details, we were thinking how to check. So one way is we can go by each line. We can say maybe enamel satin, the budget is, let's say 8,000 rupees. I can go by that. But if I do that, what problem we have faced is while testing. See, let's say if I just check the amount, I can release one quantity for 8,800 rupees, and I was able to release the request. In the next request itself, I am getting an error. Right? So let's say purchase request time. So let's say the first purchase order for enamel satin I have given for one quantity, but 800 rupees for each quantity. So it is consuming the whole budget. So we have changed the logic. So now the quantity is anyway being checked. We can never release more than 20 enamel satin purchase orders, but we are checking this rate also. So this is an upper limit for any purchase order. Right? Whatever we are keeping here will be the upper limit for any purchase order that will be released in future.
But in case they want to release more, because we cannot say market will be same every time.
No, that's it. See, that's exactly why we have to, when we are defining the budget, we have to give a buffer. So let's say the current market rate is 5%. If we are creating a budget for now, so in the next 6 months, we will not revise, right? We don't want to revise in the next 6 months. So maybe we'll give 5% buffer rate. Otherwise, what is happening is there is no control, right? So I can, if I don't check the rate, as I said, for one quantity only, I can consume the whole budget. We have to put a rate control. Otherwise, what will happen is the initial first month only, the whole budget will be over. Our team will come back and say that, hey, I'm crossed the budget, please increase the budget. So we have to keep a ceiling rate here. So what you are seeing is actually a ceiling rate. So this will serve as a ceiling rate. So if you think that market rate is 40, let's give 45 rupees or maybe 50 rupees as the rate here. And then all the purchase orders will be less than, will have to be less than that rate. Okay, and same applies to even work also. So if you see the next line for one coat of professional exterior painting, right? So if you give here 5 rupees, that is effectively a upper rate that you can issue to any contractor. You can change as many contractors as you want, but system will stop.
Yeah, so that is
No, my concern is if I want to release order for 6 rupees, what will happen? For example, I want to release order for 6 rupees. Budget is 5 rupees. System will allow or it will go to any approval, or I have to again come back to estimation screen and then change everything.
Within that activity group budget, you You can
estimation approval
add.
go to, so you can possible.
No, but now your voice not getting.
0.75 lakhs, you will have budget, at which case maybe let's say user will approve.
No, your voice not clear.
So I am saying budget as many times
But your voice not clear.
because
But
that
Harish, you need to
to the-
log in with your mobile hotspot.
I am with my
It's still breaking.
hello.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now okay.
Yeah. So I'll just repeat. So I'm saying we can estimation budget doesn't go for any approval. Okay. So you let's say you are editing, you are the one with estimation rights. So you will have the creation and approval rights also. So that approval is set here, but it will be given to you only. But as soon as you are crossing that 3.75 lakhs activity group limit, then you will have to revise the detailed budget, in which case we will need to get the approval from that particular contract head. So
Yeah, that is a budget constraint. What what I am saying in order concern, for example, in the budget we given work is 1 quote of a proposed extra primer 5 rupees. Say. Okay, so now same activity I am releasing order for 6 rupees. Okay, whether it will give any pop-up that you are exceeded the rate, or if we manage within the amount,
it will say you are crossing the rate, which is 5 rupees.
Yes.
See, that limit, as I told, we have to keep. Otherwise, there will be cross consumption of.
No, only pop-up is not a matter, but again we require some approval and then it is the completed process. Of course, if we exceed the amount means that is then okay.
No. When I say pop-up, it is a hard stop. You will not be able to proceed. You will have to revise the estimate in that case.
Then it's because, for example, few quantities we may work out for 4 rupees. Okay, and then our upcoming years we may require 6 rupees, but maybe end of the project is almost within the 5 rupees only.
Okay.
So how to handle that situation?
So you are saying there is a you will give the average rate here, right? But you want to go up and down. See, I told you the problem. No, if you give the average rate as a person in the first order itself, I can consume the whole average. Right?
No, for example, first 10 months I am issuing 4 rupees only. Okay, and then balance remaining 6 months I am issuing on 6 rupees.
Okay.
So if you see overall amount, it is we are in within the budget only.
No, it could be reverse also, no? 6 and 4.
No, you will be within the budget. Yeah, Prakash, you will be within the budget. But what I am saying is, even though you budgeted for 6 months, you may finish the budget in 2 months only. Right?
No, I'm not finishing because first 10 months I'm paying on 4 rupees only. So I'm saving for 10 months, and then I'm exceeding in another 6 months. I'm exceeding the budget. But overall, if you see, it is within budget only.
But that's why. See, how will I know? How will the system know that how many more orders you will release? You understand that point?
Okay.
Right. So system will say either we can take an average. We can say that whatever you have issued till now, that average should not cross 5. We can do that check. Or we can check an order cannot go more than 5. We can do both of these checks, but we cannot.
I think considering average is the better option.
Maybe that I will agree. But there also you will still have the same problem because you are taking average only for the amount that you have released. Right? So, but we can do that. So average also we can do. So we will change the logic. We will take a weighted average of all the orders released till now.
That is the reason we never have a rate checkup. We will have amount check only.
No, we can remove this check, but I told you what will happen, right?
Correct.
right? So if I remove the check, maybe I will release, let's say here 2000 into 5 is there, right? So 10,000 is the budget. So in the first order itself, system can, if you are trying to create for 10 square meter and you give 1000 rupees, system will allow.
Okay.
Right? Or we can do another one. We can either go by average or we can go with a threshold. Maybe we can give another field here saying 10% variance. So then we will allow the rate, or we will never allow the rate to go more than 5.5 rupees and check the amount also.
No, the threshold option also should be there, but we will not implement in some project, but we will implement in some project.
Yeah,
But
so,
that option required that also threshold.
if you don't want threshold, you just give, let's say 100%. So it will allow very big margin. If in some project we want to keep the threshold, we'll keep 10%, 5%. So it will put a control there.
Okay.
But we can see at any point we will not be able to control if we just check the amount. That's what I wanted to tell, because we face
Okay,
that.
if we are keeping average checkment, it is okay.
Yeah. So we'll put an average check and we'll put some threshold checking also. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So kind of, let's say we put an upper rate instead of one rate here. Maybe we'll put another field called upper rate.
Okay.
Instead of threshold, so you can manually enter there. Maybe you enter 6 there and you give rate 5 in the estimation. So 6 will be the upper limit for orders.
Okay.
And the 5 will keep on showing for all the requests and this one, showing that this is the 5 is the base mark. And in some cases, you can make it to the 5.5 or 5.45 or 6 also.
Yeah. Okay. So, and one more suggestion I was, anything else, Syed, you can continue. I'll come back to that later.
No, so that was the ceiling budget, and this one only I have to show it out, and the reports which were sample reports which are there, comparison in this one. So the next step will be to give them the assignments and the user who is going to create in that one. So we can create the staging server and give it to them for the checking it out.
So creating many test users may be, so let's say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, right? 4 and 3. So we may be able to create many users, but this is a test.
Hello.
But we again lost you.
Hello,
Harish. Harish. Hey.
I think he's connecting through mobile.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe we'll create 3 logins and we will give you those logins and a script, what you should accomplish. Let's say you create one project like that, we'll give a kind of a assignment task list. So once, let's say the first 3 people are done, we will give that to the next 3 people. So I would like one at least, maybe Gyan Prakash, you from Chennai, you should be in the first list, and maybe you want to do you and Neerja maybe together also you can do connect and right. So the both will be. So maybe from Hyderabad, Varun sir and Neerja, you both can connect and do together, right? So one login. And Gyan Prakash, who do you want from the remaining team to do the testing first? Among
first we will do, this is called the configuration testing only. It is not the user testing, correct?
Yeah, first it is like complete
configuration settings only. So first we will do, when we are giving user testing, that time we will give to everyone.
Yeah. And anyway, in user testing, mostly people will be issuing orders mainly. They will not touch the budget. They will touch the orders. So once you are done, we will release to user testing. Because once you are done, most of the budgets will be created. So we will let other teams start creating orders. Okay. So maybe just for the budget part, other people can share your login and try out the budget. But once it is done, they will everyone else will work only on orders, requisitions, billing,
Yes.
whatever is their specific process.
Yes. From the work order request means request format, it is common for everyone.
Correct, correct. Yeah. Request, then order, quotation, request for quotation, and then receipt or service receipt, billing, and any the stores part like issues, chargeable issue, gate pass, all these entries will be tested more by individuals.
Okay.
Okay. So when do you think we should? So Syed, that logins and everything will be ready. You'll be able to finish today, right?
Yeah, we'll create it out the logins.
So we can
we'll
create only 2 logins, right? So one
Yeah.
for Hyderabad, one for Chennai. And for that, I'll give you the user IDs. So one will be Jan Prakash's user ID. So we'll give him access to these all the settings required for technical module.
Okay.
And for Hyderabad, I'll give you the login, either Neeraja or Swarup login.
Swarup has to review.
Yeah. So they'll be doing it. But what I thought is Neeraja can be on call so that she can also observe. Right. So that way, both 2 logins we need. And by today, you will share it, Syed. And again, Prakash, when do you want to sit? Because I'm sure you will have doubts, right? When you are doing, what I'm thinking is maybe Vandana and myself, we can be on call.
No, first I will do myself. Then if you have any, definitely I will have doubt. So that time I will connect you or Vandana or.
Okay, that is also perfect. But what I would suggest is prepare whatever basic data you want before only, maybe in Notepad or in Excel. So that when you are creating, you will be able to easily, quickly do it.
Because if anything we want to add, we will discuss with our team also. So
Sure.
we will give our comments.
Yeah. So let us know when you once you do your internal work. Once all your doubts are listed down, then maybe we can have a session for another 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on the number of points you want to discuss, and we'll finish that cycle.
Okay.
Right? So maybe what we can do is then both Swarup sir, you also do the same thing, and he will do the same thing, and all of us will sit one more time to review all our doubts. Maybe then we'll take 2 hours once you guys are done. And there is also a user manual. Syed, can you quickly show the user manual?
Yeah.
It will be shared so that they know how to navigate or what are all the sections. Just show the index. That's enough.
Yeah.
So here on the left hand side, you can see,
Yeah. So business partner creation, product creation, project template, activity master. In the activity master, there are 2 elements: activity category and activity. Then we have the projects, and in the projects, we have the defining PBS template, defining lump sum, and then defining PBS work group creation, subgroup creation, activity group creation, PBS deletion, and then ceiling budget, and then
whatever we saw in the index, it will be here.
yes.
There are other. This is actually a manual for all departments, but we will cut it and give only whatever is relevant to you. Okay, so that we'll give that to you. In case if you have any doubts, you can still refer to it, or if it's a small place you are stuck, you can quickly reach out to Vandana or me. We'll immediately on phone itself clarify what to do to move forward before we sit on the meeting. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions? I think we are done much earlier.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. So we'll maybe accommodate more time for doubt sessions that we have budgeted.
No, once we try in the tester only, we come to know. We will have a lot of doubts.
So we have scheduled 4 sessions for the whole thing.
How we understood this that system, how it operates, what are the things are available, how to fill. So that we understood. Once we try only, we come to know what are the challenges we are going to have.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we have 2 sessions. We have covered everything. So that is good. So we can have another 2 sessions where we discuss on more doubts and more hands-on sessions. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.